Hello and welcome. I'm going to be talking to you about what I have coined C2U. And I really strongly believe through the many years of work that I've done in the field of autism and with my understanding about child development and through the work that I've done here at Synergy, but then also in combination with such wonderful people who developed RDI, who developed activity-based intervention, who are at the University of Oregon for early childhood special education and development, et cetera, et cetera. I could go on, but really this is a culmination and really getting at the true heart of autism that we all know is helping a child truly have what we call joint attention. And we use joint attention to help us understand the world and to challenge ourselves and learn more through our caregivers from a very early age, in infancy, in fact. And I've been talking about this concept for a while, and I want to bring in some very basic visuals to try and help you understand this concept, because I feel like it is extremely important. And I think that it is the ingredient that no matter what intervention that you choose, if you have this ingredient, you're going to have success with and for your child with autism, or your child who may later develop autism may not develop autism if you can sprinkle in this ingredient throughout your day and throughout your interactions with your child. So to me, this is very revolutionary, and I do feel like you can really make a difference. And I've started to see this really make a difference throughout this last year when I've been talking to families about it. And I will be posting videos of the success that some families are having using this C2U concept. So here goes. So I'm going to use very basic visuals. So what I'm going to just explain it first. So this, figure out pointing. So this is the parent, this is the child, and this is the object or topic. So later, if a child is really verbal, it might just be a topic, not necessarily a actual object that I'm talking about when you're thinking about joint attention. So typically what happens is that when we think about focusing on joint attention with young children is that the parent focuses on the object, and so does the child, right? And so you think that you have joint attention. You're both jointly attending to this object. This is not joint attention. So from a developmental standpoint, this is, yes, you're both attending to the object, but it's not about learning and growth. There's no learning happening here, right? So then the next level, so a lot of people have figured that out. So a lot of people have said, okay, so when we've achieved this, so when the parent is gazing to the child and the child is gazing to the object, or it has attention shifted to the object or the topic. So I'm not about eye contact. I'm about eye gaze demonstrating that someone's attention has shifted. Okay? So the parent is attending to the child. The child is attending to the object. This is often what we call joint attention in the field. Guess what? It isn't either. This is not joint attention. This is joint attention. Okay? So this is where the parent is gazing and attending to, so their mind is on the child and what they're thinking about, in addition to the child and the parent looking at the object. But guess what? Look at this. I made it into a different color line because this is what's missing. This is the missing ingredient I'm going to talk about, C2U. The curiosity the child has about you, the parent, or you, the guide, and then to the object. This is the piece that we often forget, and that I'm coining C2U, and I urge you to try to sprinkle throughout your day to make a huge difference. This is what a lot of people already do naturally that then makes intervention really work. However, what we're seeing in interventions in the field of autism is that sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and really there's some strong research that just says do something, right? Because I bet that there's a lot of people who naturally do this and make sure that they have their child's attention when they're doing ABA, when they're doing RDI, when they're doing floor time, when they're doing any of these other interventions, that they're automatically doing this, but nobody's doing it mindfully and thinking about it. So here goes. I'm going to make it a step-by-step, easy way for you to integrate it. So here goes. So step one, the parent or the teacher or the grandparent or the aunt, whoever it is, I don't care. So the guide, step one, attends to the child. What are you thinking about? This curiosity, really looking at the child. What is the child attending to? Maybe the child's attention is way off somewhere else. Whether it's a topic in their head, whether it's an object out here, they're attending to something else. And taking that moment to really be curious about your child and what they're interested in is going to take a couple seconds. You being in the right frame of mind to slow yourself down and truly be curious about the child and what they're thinking about and what they're attending to. Before then, you allow step two to happen. This is the missing ingredient. Step two to happen, where you're allowing the attention to shift back to you. So whether that attention is off on something else and you just give some processing time to go, for that child to go, why are you here? What are you here for? What are you going to tell me? That just a little shift, okay? Then what happens is that you have full joint attention, because look at this. You have the parent or teacher, whoever, guiding and looking to the child or the adult, doesn't matter, age is not an issue here, person with autism, to then allow that shift of attention to be back to the parent or the guide. And then step three is the attention then is to the object or the topic. And of course then the child's attention, ideally is to shift from the parent to then shift to the object, and it's more fluid than I'm able to make it on a visual. But this whole process has to include the step two right here, or you don't have true joint attention. You don't have a child who's looking to you and wondering what you're going to offer from a given situation. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing for you, and I'm just going to use my Sharpie that I used for this to demonstrate for you real quickly. So I want you to, I'm going to do it wrong first, okay? So I'm going to do it the way that is going to be this way first, okay? So I'm the parent, you're the child, and this is the object, okay? So first I'm going to say, hi, look at the pen that I have. Isn't that cool? I have a pen. Isn't that neat? And guess what? Your attention can be all on the pen and nothing about me. If you're interested in the pen, great, we can go on to the next thing. If you're not interested in the pen, forget it. You're not interested at all. You're not going to come with me. You're not going to join me. We're not going to have an interaction. Okay? Everybody who works with people with autism knows that that's very authentic. They're not going to be fake. All right? So next, I'm going to show you this one. All right? So step one is I'm going to connect with you. Hi, I have something to share with you. And wait for that shift of attention. Wait till that shift happens to you. Does not have to be eye contact. I'm seriously not focusing on eye contact. I'm really wanting you as the guide to be looking at the child, thinking about what they're thinking about, allowing that shift of attention. So it might be a lean into you. It might be just you can see that stopping from whatever they're doing and then listening. It does not have to be eye contact. Often it is, but I don't want you to get stuck on that, okay? Some people on the autism spectrum feel very strongly about not making eye contact, and I completely respect that. So, allowing shift. So I'm attending. I'm listening to you first. I'm waiting for you to be listening to me. I have something to share with you. Right there, if you don't have engagement, don't go on. Take that moment to figure out how can I engage with you and with me, just the two of us. Before then, hey, I have something to show you. I have a pen to show you. And we're going to go do this with our pen. Right there you have C2U. You have curiosity to you first, then the object. So that's it. That simple. Can you imagine? This simple ingredient is going to make all other interventions work with so much higher predictability. I'm very excited for you that you listened to this, and I'm very excited to hear what you think about sprinkling this throughout your day. Last piece is I want you to be doing this not always when you want an object. I actually want you to work on this more than anything else. Okay? So I want you to be thinking about how you can bring the attention to you, even when you don't have an object to be talking about, or a topic that you want to be, like, not always when you want something. So really just when you want to say, hey, I love you, I like you, you're cool, you're great. Any of those things. Just celebrate this. Allow that shift to happen to you. That's step 2. Okay? C2U, sprinkle it all over your day. I bet you're going to have great success.